EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Las Vegas, Nevada. The winner here goes to the Super Bowl, and we'll know soon enough which team that'll be as we are underway in the AFC title game. And that's not going to be returned, as so many kicking teams elect to do. This is past the landing zone, and we'll start at the 30. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Forced out to his left. That is incomplete.
Not a great start dropping his first target, but let's face it, it won't be his last chance because he'll get opportunities to make up for that one throughout this game.
Second and 10. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he'll be brought down by the Colts. George Karlaftis collapses the pocket and drops him for a loss of 3.
All right, partner, I'm going to be Captain Obvious right here. Not the start you're looking for offensively, right? Incomplete pass followed by a sack.
And when he went down, it looked like that right ankle got turned, but thankfully he popped up okay, and they breathed a sigh of relief on that sideline. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up the first down.
And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first. They'll set up to throw. Steps away to, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Channing Tindall, the one who got through to drop him. They'll make that a second sack here on their first drive out defensively, and not to get ahead of ourselves, but they're on pace for double-digit sacks at this point.
Well, they're going to have to find a way to tamp that down, aren't they? So if you're the play caller, you're telling your quarterback maybe some screens, maybe some draws, hard count, use your voice inflection a little bit, anything to try and slow that pressure down.
They'll drop to throw. Under pressure, they got him again. George Karlaftis. Now 2 sacks for him already here in this first quarter of play. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed in this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game. I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. DeForest Buckner. That's now back-to-back sacks, and it brings up 4th down. Here's A.J. Cole now to punt this one away. This is away, and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. And it's out of bounds. Now we'll see what the side judge says. He says out at the 8-yard line. So well done there. And these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do. And now it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose of the football. They're able to almost stop it where they want to if a good golfer can check one up.
And the screen unsuccessfully dropped it.
He did a fine job there not hitting him before the ball arrived. And I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Back to throw. Here's Richardson. And he's going to go down. He backed up into the end zone, and this is going to wind up a safety. Well, we thought these two defenses, they might come to play. One has already come to play here. A safety for the opening points of the game.
Brandon, let's file this play away because if it turns out to be a tight game, who knows? This could wind up being the difference.
And they'll accept that penalty. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Inside handoff now, Miller. And he is going to lose yardage here. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. You know what the converse is, though? You've got to win those one-on-one blocks, and when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. Escaping the pressure right. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Second catch in this AFC title game, and he's got a 1st down.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a 1st down with a nice throw.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. And a quick throw here, that's complete. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. 2nd down and a little more than a yard here. Back to throw here. Throwing right, and that's complete. 2nd catch in this AFC title game, and he's got a 1st down.
The kicker is here in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Eluding the pressure right. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Colts are going to get it back here just past the 35. He got outside the pocket there trying to improvise, and he was calling for the ball downfield, but still the interception.
I think what happened, he did call for the ball thinking that he was open, but I think the quarterback spotted him too late. And that margin that he had on the defenders, that got eaten up, and they came up with the interception.
They'll run. This is Jonathan Taylor to about the 40-yard line.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Ball on the 40 now. Here's 2nd and 6. They go to the ground again with Taylor. And only a couple for him there as the tackle is made at the 42. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports. The heavy set out there. 3 tight ends in the formation for 3rd and 3. They go play action with Richardson. Short throw caught by Bowers. And he won't get close. Only a yard, 4th and 3.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. That one good for 13 and a Raider first down.
There it is, a staple of most teams' playbooks, the angle route. A lot of times you want to take away that inside route by a back, but when they sell it like he's going to the flat, that is tough on inside linebackers. One false step, and that ball's completed.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Finding Miller once more, complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. This duo locked in, 14 yards there, and a first down.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
And I think the ball's out, but this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. You can almost see inside his face mask there the look of relief. He coughed it up, but it goes out of bounds. They keep it.
Someone carrying around the lucky horseshoe, aren't they? If I were him, I'd go out and play the lottery after that one. A very fortunate man.
And they're operating in plus territory here. They're thinking points. Definitely don't want to lose the football at this juncture. 2nd and 2. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. 39 yards there, a big one.
Well, as my dad would say sometimes, I'm just scratching my head here trying to figure out what was going on there defensively. How did you lose him in the middle of the field? If you're going to lose a receiver, make sure it's someone on the short side of things, not deep downfield, that can hurt your defense.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Defensively, he has been a presence in their backfield in the first half. Had a sack earlier, and now he comes up with a big tackle for a loss.
Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal. And the slot man goes in motion left. He'll get an opportunity with it on the touch pass. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line. A pretty big play now in this AFC Championship, 3rd and goal. Now back to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. A 5-yard touchdown as his guys are able to extend their lead. Now for the extra point, Daniel Carlson. And this is good as they extend it out now to a 9-0 lead. On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And pretty good field position here. He's out of bounds right at the 35. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive. A carry by Taylor to start the drive. And bulldozing his way through. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down.
It's been a long season, but he still looks fresh running the football. He knows his guys are one game away from a Super Bowl, so he's going to give it all he's got. And that's a heck of a run right there.
Richardson to throw off play action. He'll buy some time right. And a big loss here as he's taken down. So they'll accept that penalty, and that'll, of course, move the football up the field. AFC title game, second quarter action, 2 minutes to play. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action. Richardson off the play fake. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Odafe Owe from that outside linebacker spot gets in there. It's a loss of 9. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Play action. Now Richardson. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
Well, congratulations to them. They come through defensively with another stop. And let's face it, this secondary, they've gone unchallenged so far in the first half.
Richardson shotgun on 3rd down. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
It's going to be another frustrating end to a drive here. This offense, they've not been able to get anything going in this first half. And now it's going to be time to gather on the sidelines and try to figure out what's going wrong. Who has an idea? Who has a plan? Time to implement it.
And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it at the 19-yard line. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. And still plenty of time remaining here in the half, more than a minute. We'll see if they just want to protect that lead or try to add on to it.
Well, with as much time as is left on the clock, I would imagine it would be the latter. I think they're going to try and add on to it. So what they're going to tell the team is very simply, if you can get out of bounds after making a play downfield, terrific. If you can't, everyone hustle to the line of scrimmage, either run another play or clock it and start over again.
The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Now a 2nd and 2. Looking to throw. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And this is incomplete. Oh, he looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in.
And that is not what you expect from a receiver of his caliber. Sometimes you get a little ahead of yourself. You don't look it in, and all of a sudden it's on the ground. A surprise to all. They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. Again, he'll drop to throw. That's caught inside the 20. Now the Raiders going to burn their third and final timeout. So as they talk it over, we step aside.
Well, he worked his way quite a bit in this first half, and with good reason. You can see it there. He has such a handful defensively, just too hard to keep him under wraps. He delivers a big play here for this offense.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll look to throw again. That's complete right around the 8.
Oh, he's brought down. And remember here, no timeouts left. They got to get to the line quick.
So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. One more half to decide who takes home the Lamar Hunt Trophy as we're back underway in this AFC Championship. And he is out of bounds as they'll start up past the 30. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And they have work to do in this second half if they want to earn that berth to the Super Bowl.
And I'm pretty sure this is where their coaches at halftime were saying don't panic, and then demonstrating it by not making a lot of drastic changes to the game plan. Let's just get back to doing what we've been doing all year long. That should be more than good.
Now a loose football. The ball comes out.
Oh, one of the linebackers has got it.
And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line.
So it's kind of more of the same offensively. This was a team needing to come out of this third quarter with a little fire. Instead, they put the ball on the ground.
And you know that has to be the discussion at halftime because they're down 2 scores. We got to come out with a little bit more urgency than we had in the first half. Now that urgency falls on their defense because they can't fall down 3 scores and hope to come back and win this game.
And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
They'll run it again with Miller. And this may be a carbon copy as he'll again be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Officially nothing on that one, no gain, so they're left with still 10 to go on 3rd down. Now they'll throw here out of the gun.
That is caught.
And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
And this one too low.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Simple drag route here, lined up out left and tried to work his way back across the field. You probably saw me twitch there, partner, because I think he wanted the ball a little bit sooner. By the time he looked it in, defender was right on him.
They'll come up now 3rd and 3.
They'll try to run for it with Miller. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And that's the kind of run you get when you know Super Bowl berth is in sight. They've got the lead. It's the second half. All those weeks of wear and tear in your body just go away. He's running with purpose now, and that's a heck of a run.
They'll try and run for it with Miller. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5.
Not a whole lot there on 1st and goal, and that's what you're looking for defensively. You'll certainly live with giving up just a yard or 2 in this situation.
2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. Flush to his right. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down.
Boy, that was lockdown coverage there. He's scanning for someone to come open. But that was great work to blanket everyone. And in the end, he's just got to throw it away.
Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal.
They'll look to throw. Flushed out right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
George Karlaftis getting him once again his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
4th down, and on comes the Raider kicker, Daniel Carlson. This just 32 yards officially from the right hash. The kick by Carlson is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
So the defense are able to force their first turnover of the game, and then they add on to that by getting the field goal.
And you don't just want to take the ball away from your opponent, partner. You want to make them hurt as well. And if you don't score yourself on defense, turn it over to your offense and have them put points on the board.
Well, a dangerous return man showing it here.
And a nice return, but he's going to pay for it as they knock him down hard at the end.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal? And they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive. A little more pep in their step because it didn't cost their team a touchdown. But they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think coach would be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield, punching the end zone without turning it over.
AFC Championship tilt, 3rd quarter of play. This is 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Taylor. And the defense closes quickly there. They'll get maybe a yard to the 33.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback on the expected passing situation.
He gets this complete to Mitchell. Down to the 10.
Touchdown, Indianapolis.
Adonai Mitchell.
67 yards.
And the Colts are back within a score.
Matt Gay on for the extra point. And this is back to a 5-point game. Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive.
Still enjoying the lead here in the third quarter despite their defense giving up that last touchdown. Now they'll see if they can get the equalizer here on this drive.
And he's got a good gain of 7 up to the 37.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
So from the 37, here's 2nd and 3.
He'll drop to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Second catch of this AFC title game, and he's got a first down.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. The 20. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards.
This is what made the West Coast offense a staple around the NFL in the 80s and 90s. You don't have to push the ball deep downfield to come up with big plays, and there's an example of that right there.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
Well, he'd been targeted quite a bit on this drive, and finally I think the guys on the defensive side, they said no more. They slapped the double coverage on him, made it very tough for him to get the ball.
Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
Well, every point certainly counts at this stage of the game, but after driving so far, you absolutely know they want to finish it with 6 instead of 3.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Back to throw again. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. And now that brings up 4th down there. A loss of 6 yards on the sack. Carlson able to put this one through. And that now makes this a 15-7 game.
So a nice kick there as they are able to add on to their lead.
And that's exactly what you're looking to do. Maneuver yourself into range. That way, if your drive stalls out, you're able to get something out of it. And they do so right there.
And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback. And we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Back now in Las Vegas. Welcome back, everybody. It's the Colts, so they've got the football, but they've got work to do, trailing here as we begin the 4th quarter.
Now 2nd and 8 at the 32-yard line.
The slot man in motion right.
Here's a tap forward by Richardson.
And he goes out right around the 39.
And a lot of times, these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
The Colts on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Now our first carry here for the running back. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Well, that kind of hit will certainly fire up your team both on the field and on the sideline. Tackles for lost yardage, they're always welcome.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Try to punch it in with Taylor. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on 4th. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Richardson on the bootleg here. Sliding out of the pocket. It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Brock Bowers, 60 yards. And the Colts have a chance to tie things up as they trail by 2 here in the 4th.
But they certainly aren't afraid to dial up the long ball, and fans dig the long ball. And they absolutely needed it, and guess what? They got it. How about that?
And now a 2-point conversion away from tying this game up. So here we go. The Colts will go for 2.
The Colts will line up for the 2-point conversion.
Richardson will throw for it. And they don't get it. They tried for the 2-point conversion there, but unsuccessful. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. And able to get this out to the 25. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And the pressure mounting with every passing minute. It's palpable right now. They're on top in the 4th quarter, clinging to that lead. A potential Super Bowl berth resting on their ability to manage the clock and manage that small lead. And they're able to get this one across the 35. First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a first down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Escaping the pressure right. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. I know it appeared he was saying, hey, give me the football, I'm open, but I don't know if that's a pass that he should have thrown there.
Well, I don't think we've ever met a wide receiver that doesn't think he is open or is about to be open.
True.
So when you throw your hand up in the air and tell your quarterback, hey, I'm available, he's trusting that you are. In this case, he was not, and it turned into disaster for them.
1st and 10, Taylor now. And he's got it to about the 40.
Nice chunky yards on first down. It really opens up your options for what you want to do on second. You go right back to him and hope he explodes, or sucker the defense in before throwing over the top.
Now a 2nd and 6. Off play action, Richardson. And down he goes, brought down a Raiders sack. Christian Harris. What a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. They'll get the tight end Bowers involved there. And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown.
And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Now the first carry here for the running back. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. This run defense has been pretty stout all game long. Now you're here in the fourth quarter. To rely more on the passing attack?
I don't think you have any choice, and I don't think you have to dress it up at all either. Throughout the first 3 quarters, you're still trying to convince the defense that you may run the football. Window right now. Protect, let your quarterback operate, and try and find some targets in the open field downfield.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Here's Richardson to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I'll tell you what, Palmer, after he ices down, he's going to need a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
Yeah, once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. Super Bowl aspirations on the line. A critical one here. It's 3rd down. Richardson to throw it. And this would have been intercepted if he could have gotten the feet in. Instead, it's incomplete. Boy, that really could have turned this one upside down. The Gay knocks this one through. And they have taken the lead here in the final 2 minutes. So he waited on the sideline for his first chance in the ball game, and it didn't come until the 4th quarter, but he connects there. A big one to give him the lead.
Boy, you talk about coming in cold. I don't care how many times you kick it into a net. You're not really ready when you go out there and all that beef is coming at you trying to block the kick. Big spot, and he delivers.
They'll come up 1st and 10 here. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. He's back to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
They'll come up now. This is 2nd and long.
Back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. Man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. A big play there. 61 yards.
And the Raiders have taken the lead here now in the 4th quarter of this championship game.
And now the Raiders will face an important 2-point conversion attempt here.
The Raiders will line up for the 2-point conversion.
They'll try and throw for it. And he's going to be taken down. It's a sack, and they fail on the try for 2. On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away.
Oh, and some hitting going on now. This has been a tight game, and he takes a big shot there on the return. This is 1st and 10. Now Richardson. That's into the hands of his tight end Bowers.
The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game.
That's a nice catch there. Remember, he had the fumble earlier. No way he was giving up the ball in that situation. Secured it tight to his body and picks up the first down.
Let's go now. Buffalo 18. 70 Rangers. 70 Rangers. 79 Broncos.
Richardson.
Buying time to his left. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down.
Odafe Owe
In there to take him down, and the clock will roll. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game.
Here's 2nd down. Here's Richardson.
His throw incomplete. Back-to-back big plays defensively. First the sack. Now they force the incompletion on 3rd and long. Things looking pretty good for them.
And this is where they have to be careful because they've got the momentum going their way. They will be really able to get to the quarterback. Look out. Draw, screen, something that can be used against them.
This crowd turning up the decibel level. It's 3rd and long. Now Richardson. Short throw caught by Bowers.
And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49.
It didn't check off every box, but the most important one. Got the clock stopped, getting out of bounds. They may be a little short of the first down, but I thought that was the key.
No choice but to go. Here's 4th down now. Fourth down, desperation time. Here's Richardson.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and that may put a period on this AFC Championship game. The Raiders likely going to get out of this with a victory as they take a knee. And they will take a knee here. The Raiders, they are Super Bowl bound. Thanks for watching, and good night. And that'll close the books on the conference championship. For Charles Davis, myself, Brandon Gaudin, and our entire crew, we'll talk to you in 2 weeks from the Super Bowl.